I have talked for a long time about the network, the satellite network of right-wing dum-dums who are commentators, who do my job but on the other side, to carry water for white supremacy or directly promote it, to, in this case, absolutely just deliver Kremlin talking points to United States citizen and package it as though it's patriotism. People like Dave Rubin, Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, a guy who literally drapes himself in the flag while delivering those Putin talking points. And now we're learning it is being alleged in this 32-page indictment that these characters may be paid pretty handsomely for doing just that. I have also talked about just how much money there is to be made if you're willing to sell out your country, if you're willing to be a right-wing provocateur. And now we're learning, allegedly, in this indictment, that we're learning just how much money there is to be made. Now, I'm going to read a little bit from this indictment. But I want to specifically, maybe I'll just start here. I'm going to play a very brief clip, just a matter of seconds, of Tim Pool doing just that, delivering what are inarguably, not allegedly, they are Kremlin talking points as he pounds the desk, yelling and demanding everyone know that Ukraine is our most vicious enemy here in the United States.
And they know it. But I don't know that it matters anymore. This is psychotic. Ukraine is the enemy of this country. Ukraine is our enemy, being funded by the Democrats. I will stress this again. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine. They are expanding this war. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you've got criminal elements of the U.S. government pushing them and guiding them and telling them what to do. Ukraine is now accused, a German warrant issued for blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline, triggering this conflict. Ukraine is the greatest threat to this nation and to the world. We should rescind all funding and financing, pull out all military support, and we should apologize to Russia.
Not believable. Little Timmy Pool, very confident he bangs the table. Not so confident when he's covering up his bald dome with the stupid beanie in the middle of the summertime. Look, there's a journalist out there who works for the Washington Post who has penned down, I'm going to read a little bit from this, but I want to kind of give the narrative here first. There are several commentators that are listed in this indictment here. Commentator 1 through, I think, 5, working for a company called Tenet, which is a Tennessee-based outfit that was given $10 million through a series of shell companies funded through Russia, allegedly, in the indictment. But Will Summers thinks he has it penned down of who these people are. Here's the tweet. For people reading the indictment, some of the unnamed commentators are becoming clear. Commentator 1, Dave Rubin. Commentator 2, Tim Pool. Commentator 3, unclear. Commentator 4, Lauren Southern, another white nationalist. I think she's Canadian. Commentator 5, unclear. Commentator 6, Matt Christensen. And then he says, that leaves Benny Johnson, the flag draper, flag drape-e, and Taylor Hansen unassigned. So I want to read... should I read from the introduction for? Let me do this. Let me tell you exactly what kind of money they're making from this one aspect. This isn't from YouTube ad revenue. This isn't from sponsorships. This isn't from merch. This is just an outside contract to make one video per week. Insane. If only there was a left-wing benefactor out there who would like to fund my work for a fraction of this. I'm waiting by the phone. This is from page 15 and 16 of the indictment, if you're following along at home. A, commentator 1, which Will Summers believes to be Dave Rubin, in his contract, which was between Commentator 1's production company and U.S. Company 1, provided for 4 weekly videos to be hosted by Commentator 1 and live streamed by U.S. Company 1 in exchange for a monthly fee of $400,000 plus a $100,000 signing bonus and an additional performance bonus. Commentator One's production company agreed that, quote, any and all content created under this agreement shall be the property of the U.S. Company One. Now, that's $100,000 per video. $100,000 per video, not per year, not per month. 400 grand, one video a week, 100 grand. Second person, Will Summers, has tentatively identified as Tim Pool. Commentator 2, possibly Tim Pool. The contract, which was between Commentator 2's production company and U.S. Company One, provided for weekly videos to be hosted by Commentator 2 and live streamed by U.S. Company One in exchange for a fee of $100,000 per video. Commentator 2, ostensibly, possibly Tim Pool, his production company, granted U.S. Company One a non-exclusive, non-transferable license during the applicable license term to display, transmit, and distribute the licensed content. Big money to be made for damaging the security posture of the United States and our allies. And these people, they're here for it. They can't gobble that money up quick enough. Now, let me get to the introduction of this. I was going to read from a CNN article, but I think it's just better to get the information straight from the source. So I'm going to read from the indictment just a portion of the introduction to give you an idea of what is going on here and what exactly the government alleges. RT, formerly known as Russia Today, is a state-controlled media outlet funded and directed by the Russian government. After Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022, RT was sanctioned, dropped by distributors, and ultimately forced to cease formal operations in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and European Union. In response, RT created, in the words of its editor-in-chief, an entire empire of covert projects designed to shape public opinion in Western audiences. One of RT's covert projects, as described herein, is its funding and direction of a Tennessee-based online content creation company, which they're calling U.S. Company One, which people have identified as Tenant. Has about fewer than half the subscribers I have here. At last count of one of the screenshots I saw, about 320,000 subscribers. But they're reaching an outsized audience, a large audience, millions of people across these videos that they've posted. Millions, nearly 20 million views. 2, over at least the past year, RT and its employees, the defendants, have deployed nearly $10 million laundered through a network of foreign shell entities to covertly fund and direct Tenant, ostensibly or allegedly, the U.S. company, publishes English language videos on multiple social media channels, including TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Using multiple fake personas, this defendant edited, posted, and directed the posting by U.S. Company One of hundreds of videos. Many of the videos published by U.S. Company One contain commentary on events and issues in the United States, such as immigration, inflation, and other topics related to domestic and foreign policy. While the views expressed in the videos are not uniform, the subject matter and content of the videos are often consistent with the government of Russia's interest in amplifying U.S. domestic divisions in order to weaken the U.S. opposition to core government of Russia interests, such as its ongoing war in Ukraine. 3, since publicly launching in or about in November 2023, U.S. Company One has posted nearly 2,000 videos that have garnered more than 16 million views on YouTube alone. U.S. Company One never disclosed to its viewers that it was funded and directed by Russia Today, nor did U.S. Company One or its two founders and principal executives, Founder One and Founder Two, register with the Attorney General as an agent of foreign principal as required by law. And they offer money that can't be scooped up fast enough, allegedly, by people like Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, Dave Rubin, Lauren Southern, and a cadre of other right-wing goofs with no fealty, no loyalty to our country, to our culture, to our Constitution, none of it. They are all traitors as far as many people are saying. Many people are concerned. And now, there is likely, in my estimation, likely to be superseding indictments. This is a litany of emails, of knowing what searches were done, at what times after they emailed or texted. There's a lot of documentation here. And the more they dig, and they might already know it, the more we're going to learn. And now that journalists are on the case, I hope they're doing their due diligence to hunt down the leads, to get the information that is not yet public facing. That is important. The right wing is dedicated to the prospect of bettering the position of Russia in the world and diminishing the position of the United States and our allies. The Ukraine is in no way the chief enemy of the United States, pound, pound, pound. It's a desperate nation that was attacked, that was invaded by a hostile foreign military. Disgusting. Tim Pool should be ashamed of himself. Benny Johnson should be ashamed of himself. Dave Rubin should be ashamed. If they had the capability, if they had it within them to feel shame, if they had dignity, they would be ashamed of themselves. They don't. They're cashing them checks. I'd love to know what you think. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Love for the Russian trolls to get in the voicemail and the email daily at Dollemore.com. You can also just comment below. We can have a conversation there. That would be fantastic. If you are a wealthy benefactor, or if you're just a regular person with an extra $2 a month, you can help support this work in independent media, this honest work in independent media. You can click the join button below, become a channel member, $2 a month. Or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both great ways to help support this work. Or if you want to buy like 10,000 t-shirts, go to Dollemore.info. Yeah. Follow me on social media. We can work out our contracts there. I am at Dollemore everywhere. I'd love to see you. Be genuine. Take care of one another.